Imagine waking up tomorrow with $10 million in your bank account. No alarm clock, no boss, no deadlines, no financial worries. For the first time in your life, nobody tells you where to be, what to wear, or how to spend your day. You smile. You whisper to yourself, I'm finally free. But are you? Because if you still need other people's approval, if your emotions are controlled by a notification, if your peace disappears the moment someone criticizes you, if you cannot spend 10 minutes alone with your own thoughts, then nothing has really changed. The greatest prison in modern life has no walls, and the most dangerous chains are the ones you can't see. Freedom. It's one of the oldest dreams in human history. Wars have been fought for it. People have sacrificed their lives for it. Entire civilizations have been built around it. Ask anyone today what freedom means. Most will answer the same way: doing whatever I want. But here's the strange part: human beings have never had more choices than we have today. Thousands of careers, millions of videos, unlimited entertainment, unlimited information, food delivered in minutes, friends across the world, a device in your pocket capable of connecting you to almost anyone. Yet anxiety continues to rise, depression continues to rise, loneliness continues to rise. Why? How can a generation with more freedom than any before it feel so trapped? Maybe because we've mistaken having choices for being free. They're not the same thing. The modern prison doesn't lock the door, it simply convinces you to never leave. Imagine walking into a supermarket, hundreds of breakfast cereals, 50 kinds of toothpaste, hundreds of drinks. At first, that feels like freedom. But psychologists have discovered something fascinating. When choices become endless, decision making becomes exhausting. Instead of feeling empowered, people often become overwhelmed. You spend 20 minutes choosing what should take 20 seconds, then wonder if you made the wrong decision. Now multiply that across your entire life: career, relationships, lifestyle, clothes, phones, streaming services, social media. Everything becomes another decision, and slowly, freedom becomes mental exhaustion. The philosopher Eric Fromm argued that many people don't actually want freedom, they want certainty, because freedom comes with responsibility. When nobody tells you what to do, every mistake becomes yours. That's frightening. So instead, many people willingly surrender their freedom, not to governments, but to trends, algorithms, celebrities, influencers, public opinion, because following the crowd feels safer than thinking for yourself. Who made your last important decision? You or everyone you follow? Thousands of years ago, chains were made of iron. Today, they are made of dopamine. Every notification, every like, every comment, every message, every short video, every endless scroll. Each one promises something small: a tiny reward, a brief distraction, another reason not to be alone with yourself. Before you know it, you reach for your phone without thinking, not because you need it, because your mind has been trained to expect it. You call it habit, but philosophers might call it something else: dependence. If something outside you controls your attention, it quietly begins controlling your life, because wherever your attention goes, your life follows. Here's a question that sounds strange at first: what if most people aren't actually looking for freedom? What if they're looking for instructions? Think about it. From the day we're born, someone tells us what to do. Our parents teach us how to behave. Teachers tell us what success looks like. Society tells us which career is respectable. Advertising tells us what happiness looks like. Social media tells us what's trending. By the time we become adults, many of us have spent years living according to someone else's script. Then one day we're told, you can be whoever you want. It sounds exciting until we realize something uncomfortable. If you can become anyone, then every decision is your responsibility. There's no one left to blame. The French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre believed that human beings are condemned to be free, not because freedom is a punishment, but because freedom demands responsibility. Every choice shapes the person you become. Every excuse quietly hands your freedom to someone else. And that's terrifying. It's easier to follow the crowd than to decide who you really are. It's easier to copy a trend than to create your own path. It's easier to ask, what is everyone else doing, than to ask, who do I want to become? The irony is that many people don't lose their freedom because someone takes it away. They give it away, one comfortable decision at a time. The crowd offers comfort. Freedom often begins with walking alone. More than 2000 years ago, a man named Epictetus was born into slavery. Think about that for a moment. He had no political freedom, no financial freedom, no social status. Yet today, philosophers remember him as one of history's greatest teachers of freedom. Why? Because he discovered something extraordinary. There are things you can control, and there are things you cannot. You cannot control what people think of you. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control yesterday. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control whether life will always be fair, but you can control your response, your attitude, your character, your next decision. The Stoics believe that real freedom begins the moment you stop trying to control what was never yours to control. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with things you cannot change, other people's opinions, past mistakes, future worries. Every day, that backpack gets heavier. Then one day, you realize you never had to carry it. You simply forgot you could put it down. That's what inner freedom feels like. Not escaping life's difficulties, but refusing to let them own your mind. The first prison you must escape is the one inside your own mind. Modern life doesn't usually force you into chains, it offers them as conveniences. The chain of endless entertainment, the chain of constant comparison, the chain of seeking validation, the chain of comfort, the chain of distraction. None of these feel dangerous in the moment. That's exactly why they're so powerful. Every hour spent avoiding discomfort makes the next difficult task feel even harder. Every time you let fear make a decision for you, fear becomes stronger. Every time you sacrifice your values to gain approval, you quietly trade a piece of your freedom, and eventually, you wake up living a life that looks successful from the outside, but feels unfamiliar on the inside. The frightening part is that these chains don't announce themselves. They whisper, just one more video. Check your phone one more time. Tomorrow will be a better day to start. Everyone else is doing it, little by little. They borrow your attention, then your habits, then your identity, until one day you wonder, when did I stop choosing my own life? Because freedom is rarely stolen overnight. It's surrendered gradually through thousands of unconscious choices. If nobody was watching, would you still live the life you're living today? When people hear the word discipline, they often imagine restriction, rules, sacrifice, saying no. It sounds like the opposite of freedom. But what if the opposite is true? Imagine two people. The first does whatever he feels like. He sleeps whenever he wants, eats whatever he craves, spends money impulsively, avoids difficult conversations, never follows through on promises. At first glance, he looks free, but look closer. His emotions control him, his habits control him, his impulses control him. He isn't free, he's simply obeying a different master. Now imagine another person. She wakes up early, exercises even when she doesn't feel like it, keeps her word, controls her spending, reads instead of endlessly scrolling, chooses long term purpose over short term comfort. From the outside, her life appears full of restrictions, but internally, she owns her choices. She decides where her attention goes. She decides what deserves her time. She decides who she becomes. That's freedom. Because discipline isn't about limiting your life, it's about preventing your weaknesses from limiting it. Every time you choose purpose over impulse, you reclaim a piece of yourself. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you weaken the chains that comfort has wrapped around your life. Freedom isn't doing whatever feels good today. Freedom is becoming the kind of person who can choose what matters tomorrow. Sometimes the prison door is already open. We've simply forgotten how to fly. In 1942, a psychiatrist named Viktor Frankl was imprisoned in a Nazi concentration camp. Everything was taken from him: his family, his possessions, his career, his freedom of movement, almost everything. Yet, after surviving one of history's darkest chapters, he wrote something extraordinary. He observed that while people could control his body, they could not completely control his mind. He believed there remained one freedom that no one could take away: the freedom to choose your response. Think about that. A man living behind barbed wire found a kind of inner freedom that many people living comfortably never discover. Why? Because external freedom and internal freedom are not always the same. Some people have every opportunity, yet remain prisoners of fear. Others lose almost everything, yet refuse to surrender their humanity. Perhaps true freedom was never about escaping life's difficulties. Perhaps it has always been about refusing to let those difficulties decide who you become. If fear chooses for you, you are not free. If purpose chooses for you, freedom has already begun. So, are you free? Not legally, not financially, not politically, personally. Can you sit alone without reaching for distraction? Can you hear criticism without losing yourself? Can you disagree with the crowd without abandoning your values? Can you say no to what weakens you so you can say yes to what strengthens you? These are the questions that reveal freedom. Because freedom isn't found in having more options, it's found in becoming someone who isn't owned by fear or comfort or approval or impulse. The world will always try to tell you who to become. Advertisements will compete for your attention. Algorithms will compete for your time. People will compete for your identity. But every morning, one decision still belongs to you. Who will you become today? That choice is where freedom begins. The world can influence your life. Only you can surrender your freedom. If this video challenged the way you think about freedom, don't let the conversation end here. Tell me in the comments, what is the biggest invisible chain people carry today? I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you're ready to think more deeply about psychology, philosophy, and personal growth, subscribe to Newsforge. Because the greatest transformation doesn't begin when your circumstances change, it begins when your mind does. Until next time, stay curious, stay intentional, and never stop forging the person you're meant to become.